What's going on, guys? Flyby Simulations here, and welcome back to the second iteration of my weekly add-on spotlight series, where we take a look at all of the latest announcements, developments, and releases for everything Microsoft Flight Simulator. Everything from airport, sceneries, aircraft, utilities, we got you covered with everything. As usual, I'll be leaving a link to all of my research source material as well as product links for add-ons that have already been released down in the description section of the video for you guys to check out if you want to. Now, just before we get started, I just also wanted to inform you that I recently did a full review of Martha's Vineyard Airport by Burning Blue Design, where there's also an associated giveaway with that on my Discord server. So make sure to show some love to that video if you have the time by clicking on the link on the top right hand corner of the screen, as well as down in the description section of the video. And also make sure to join the Discord server to be a more active contributor to the Flyby Simulations community if you of course want to. Also, as usual, make sure to give the video a like if you enjoy the content, subscribe to the channel for more such videos, and also hit that little bell icon to be notified every time I upload a video and to stay up to date with all flight sim related news. With that all said, let's begin with this week's add-on spotlight. Alright, so starting with the sceneries department this week, we have two major releases, starting with Thrustmaster's release of their Island fictional scenery. Yes, I said Thrustmaster, and this is quite odd because Thrustmaster, if you guys know, is a peripherals developer for all different simulators that manufactures control sticks, throttle quadrants, rudder pedals, even steering wheels for different racing simulators and so on. So this island scenery is new for them, and it's an interesting departure from what they normally do, but it's an interesting project nonetheless. The island fictional scenery is described as Thrustmaster's very own playground island and has its own international airport, beaches, mountains, and tons of POIs for people to discover themselves. As you can see in the pictures in the background, there's tons of various biomes. It personally looks very beautiful, and there's also been some custom modeling and texturing in some parts of the scenery, such as, some custom buildings and so on. This map also shows some important POIs you can explore, as well as official airports plus aerodromes available in the region you can fly around. Now, the actual add-on itself is completely free to download, but it's still in beta, so improvements and changes will come over time, and Thrustmaster has also said they'll be adding challenges and other events to this island to make it a cool, sporty hub for flight sim enthusiasts. Kind of reminds me like a Wii Sport Arena, if you guys remember that back from like the Nintendo Wii days. You can download the 14 GB file from their official website today, but do keep in mind that it will take up to 28 GB of your disk space once completely installed. Ouch, that is quite a bit, but I guess you're getting quite a lot of sort of content with what you're downloading. Anyways, do let me know if you want me to do a first impressions walk around of the secret island sort of scenery, and I'll try to do it this weekend maybe. Next up, we also have the release of a brand new Japanese airport by the Dominic design team, who have released their rendition of the new Chitose airport, ICAO code Romeo Juliet Charlie Charlie for Microsoft Flight Simulator. The airport itself is located in Hokkaido, Japan, and actually is one of the busiest airports in the region thanks to its connections to mainland Japan. It also serves many international routes and has 4 large runways, plenty of parking space, and sees a variety of different types of traffic and aircraft on a daily basis. The feature list given by Dominic Design is very short and sweet. It's normally just usual things we expect from a top quality product. There's use of custom PBR textures, dynamic lighting, custom jetways, and realistic ground markings which are handcrafted and show complete imperfections such as dirt as well. From the screenshots behind, we can also see placement of appropriate static aircraft in the sim, such as these Cathay Pacific aircraft that you guys are seeing in the background, so that's pretty cool, adds to the realism. And you can purchase Dominic Design's new Chitose airport from Sim Market for about €18 from the description section of the video. Moving on from airports and sceneries, let's move on to aircraft announcements, of which there are many this week, starting with exciting glider news from GotFriends, who have partnered up with real-life aircraft developer STEMME to bring a study-level S-12G glider to the simulator. Now, according to the forums, official models were sent over to GotFriends from the STEMME USA team earlier this week, and 3D modeling has already begun. The aircraft itself is an exciting take on a traditional glider, and it comes with a motor to help pilots fly independently of a tug. It has a wingspan of about 82 feet and a max cruise speed of about 140 knots, and it's also equipped with a Garmin G3X panel, giving all the functionality and information you need to have a safe flight. There's also an engine, meaning you can stay airborne longer, all without compromising the actual traditional glider experience that people have come to expect. Now, no further details have been shared yet, but very exciting news nevertheless, as GotFriends have proved their potency for great payload aircraft with their GBR3 in the past for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Next up, we have some more exciting news about the Concorde by DC Designs, which was previewed earlier in 2021, but has now seen many updates in development that the team is excited to share. So we have tons of new previews and images, both external as well as internal, as you can see from the images in the background here. Now, DC Designs already released the product for FSX and P3D nearly 2 years ago, but the task is gargantuan in a Microsoft Flight Simulator, considering the groundbreaking technology and visual capabilities of the new sim. As such, the project is being helped by both Asobo as well as Microsoft to be brought to the simulator as early as possible for consumers to enjoy. The team have specified that the aircraft won't exactly be study level as the consumers normally say, but to fly correctly from point A to point B, proper operational knowledge of the aircraft would be required. So it's not like it's a super easy aircraft, but at the same time it's not quote-unquote study level. Besides, from the cockpit images, it's clear to see plenty of functionality will be present in the aircraft from the get-go, no doubt. As of now, animation and coding for most of the switches in the flight deck is almost complete. The decal work and texturing is ongoing alongside the coding, with a vast majority also being complete. The team will work on refinements over the next few weeks and prepare full instrument animations, which will eventually lead to full flight testing as the weeks progress. Now, we don't exactly know the release date of the aircraft just yet, but the previews and images seem very promising, and we can't wait to have another proper airliner in the sim, albeit an old classic. Next up, we have an aircraft release from popular developer Carenado, who have released their long-awaited C337H Skymaster 2. Wow, that was a mouthful. Anyways, the aircraft is Carenado's rendition of the Cessna 337 Super Skymaster, which was known for its unique push-pull design with its front and rear engine layout. Now, the aircraft itself comes with features that you would come to expect from a seasoned developer like Carenado, including 5 liveries on launch, PBR materials used throughout the aircraft, as well as realistic flight dynamics. Also, it has an original sound set recorded from the actual real aircraft to fully immerse you into the actual Carenado experience. What's also included is an onboard EFB or tablet, allowing you to interact with the static elements of the plane as well. On screen, you have an exhaustive feature list which you can read, but it's again standard stuff we have come to expect from Carenado, who have a long history of releasing quality add-ons for all simulators alike. You can purchase the C337H Skymaster 2. Seriously, this name really needs some doing, but you can purchase it directly from Microsoft Flight Simulator's marketplace for $25 US, which equates to about £21. Moving on, we have some more news about PMDG's 737 pricing and release strategy over the coming few weeks and months. Now, PMDG have been quiet for a while, but are now more active than ever with 2 back-to-back updates, one last week and one again this week, but hey, we're not complaining. A few previews were shared by the developer as usual, but the accompanying news is what's more important here. Starting with aircraft-specific news, Robert Randazzo on the forums told us that the ground service equipment such as air stairs and such can easily be removed from the aircraft with the click of a button. So it's not a painstaking process as it maybe used to be back in the FSX days. Also, the interior modeling of all the planes has been upgraded since we saw them in P3D, which includes the cabin and galley areas and such. Moving on to their pricing strategy, which was sort of the meat of the article that they published, it's a steep departure from what PMDG have normally done with their product launches. Previously, they would release a base model package, usually the 737-800NG, and then subsequent expansion packs which were optional but added extra functionality. This time, however, PMDG have opted to release models based on their body types instead. So the initial release will focus on the 737-700, yes, the 700, not the 800, and will include a couple of iterations of the aircraft, namely the 737-BCF, or Boeing Converted Freighter, as well as the 737-BBJ, or Boeing Business Jet. Numerous winglet options will also be available for each aircraft type, so this will obviously have 5 or 6 winglet options as well. Only after the release of the 737-700 will the 737-800 variant be released. Robert said this was to make the aircraft types more quote-unquote accessible to their consumers, to allow them to only buy whatever aircraft they want to fly and not be locked into a base model and having to purchase expansion packs later. According to the post, the various iteration releases will be spaced 6 weeks apart, so the 800 variant of the 737 should come out 6 weeks after the release of the 700 variant. Now keep in mind that we still don't know exactly when the initial release of the aircraft will be, so we don't actually know when the 700 variant of the aircraft will be coming out. This is just a pricing strategy plan that PMDG have highlighted on their forums, so I'll be sure to look out for some updates and fill you guys in as time passes. Next up, we again have Aeroplane Heaven making an appearance in our add-on Spotlight series, this time with the brand new release of their North American P-51D Mustang. The aircraft saw its introduction in 1940 with the RAF, and the definitive version of the aircraft uses a license-built version of the Merlin 66 engine and was armed with 6.5 Browning machine guns. The bird is a real beauty. We have an exhaustive feature list as usual, but some of the notable features include high-quality modeling and PBR textures used throughout the aircraft, both externally as well as internally. Also, the aircraft has accurate flight dynamics and performance based on real flight tests. Now, there's also many extra features and Easter eggs included, including a US military pilot for those amazing external shots, as well as a special code within the aircraft to properly simulate tail dragger behavior. You can also open up several parts of the plane to inspect its insides, such as the engine covers and ammunition bays. Overall, there's great attention to detail yet again, as we have come to expect from Aeroplane Heaven at this point, who is another seasoned developer for the simulator. Finally, in the aircraft department, we have the highly anticipated release of the Twin Otter by Aerosoft. The DHC-6 Twin Otter is regarded as one of the most versatile aircraft in the world, thanks to its reliability, diverse range of variants, and good performance courtesy of its twin turboprop engines. The typical range of the real-world variant is around 780 nautical miles, and the aircraft can cruise at a maximum altitude of approximately 25,000 feet. The aircraft's ability to carry cargo, passengers, and thrill seekers in jumps has made it a highly used aircraft around the world, even in the harshest of conditions. Now, Aerosoft itself has gone to a lot of effort to include many different variants with the Twin Otter, such as the DHC-6-100 with floats and wheels for both cargo and passenger operations, as well as the DHC-6-300 version with wheels, cargo, floats, and ski options available as well. The 300 series also includes a 3-blade and a 4-blade prop option, including a skydiver version of the plane as well, so tons of variety for you guys to explore once you actually get the add-on. Aerosoft's Twin Otter takes full advantage of the new simulator by utilizing the new graphics engine and flight model technology. The full feature list doesn't even fit in one screenshot, and I've had to use 2 screenshots here, but again, some of the notable features again include an extensive WY sound set with nearly 300 sounds included, properly modeled icing effects along with a fully functioning de-icing system, full interactive checklist functionality, as well as a complete avionics package including the Garmin 530, the Bendix or Ken GKR8780F receiver, as well as a Collins 913K autopilot controller system. Suffice to say, plenty of new stuff to experiment with in this rendition of the Twin Otter by Aerosoft. You can purchase the aircraft from the official Microsoft Flight Simulator Marketplace, SimMarket, JustFlight, as well as Contrail as of making this video for approximately 30 euros converted into different currencies. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so swiftly departing from the aircraft department, let's move on to the utilities announced for the simulator this week. Now again, just like last week, we only have one major utility announced, which comes in the form of Simultech Sagl's My Replacement Assistance Trucks add-on, which replaces catering and fuel trucks with realistic situational liveries throughout the world. Now, the developer has released a video just like last week, but I can't again show this video for copyright reasons, but I've taken multiple screenshots for you guys to take a look at and to understand how the actual add-on works, and of course you can find the full video as well as the link to the article where I found this information down in the description section of the video if you are interested. Now, the pack itself will include 4 different types of trucks and includes nearly 35 liveries of popular ground servicing companies. All trucks are fully dynamic and functional and can hook up to the aircraft using Microsoft Flight Simulator's new technical standard. You can even see animated 3D models working around the aircraft, especially people, coming in and out of the catering trucks and actually delivering food onto the aircraft. Everything is of course fully PBR compatible with bespoke animations, dynamic lighting, and more. The pack will be coming to the InSim marketplace for both PC as well as Xbox, which is very exciting news for those console users out there, very, very soon according to the developer, so be sure to look out for it and I'll be sure to give you guys updates as and when time goes on. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the conclusion of this week's edition of Add-on Spotlight. Now, just like last week, we've again seen some fantastic developments across all the different add-on types, and some of the releases present some great opportunities for us to cover on this channel here as well. As usual, if you enjoyed the content, make sure to hit that like button to show your support, and also subscribe to the channel. Also, be sure to hit that little bell icon right next to the subscribe button to be notified whenever I post a video, so you can stay up to date on everything flight sim, especially since we post a new add-on spotlight video every single week. As usual guys, thanks for flying by.